Well, welcome to November. The holidays are officially landing. Is it just me or did 2025 feel like it flew by? In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 home maintenance tips for desert living. This is my November edition. If you're new here, my name is Sabrina Riccio. I'm a real estate agent and a shamanic brand strategist, catalyzing sovereign leaders and real estate agents alike to activate their legacy. And I'm here to help buyers and sellers really guide them home and activate their legacy too, because real estate is a major piece of the legacy that we are here to live in the now, but also to leave for future generations. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like this video. And if you have a desert friend, share this video, because we all want to make the most of our sacred sanctuaries we call home. So autumn is here and it's been lovely, has it not? We're finally reaching those cooler temperatures. We're having those beautiful, great, longer nights. And gatherings are just around the corner. And, you know, for us to really host and have people, our loved ones in our home, it's essential that we're taking care of our houses and really nourishing our houses as we're slowly but surely pulling all of the holiday decorations out and just having guests over and gatherings. And so while the desert is shifting, so do your home needs. We're not going to need the same maintenance tips or maintenance check-ins, what have you, things on our to-do list in the later autumn months as we do in the hot summer months. You know what I mean? We have to really adjust accordingly. And now that things are slowing down a bit and we're ready to really create a cozy and really welcoming exterior while also really protecting the interior, again, from pests and plumbing issues and fire risk. This is a lot about outdoor comfort and pest prevention. So a little attention now will really carry you smoothly through the winter. And so if you want, you can also get this as a checklist. Visit the description below and you can snag my desert home maintenance guide. I have a checklist for every month for the year. They're different, so again, you can really check it off. It's a beautiful checklist I've created. Visit the link in my bio. It's one of the freebies I love to share. And let's dive in. So the number one thing I would recommend for your home is to really seal those entry points before the winter pests move in. So as temperatures drop, we experience a rise of desert critters. I'm talking about scorpions and rodents and insects. It's getting cooler outside, so they're looking for warmth. They're looking to survive, right? So without proper sealing, your home can quickly become their new winter retreat, and ain't nobody got time for that. No one wants a scorpion in the house, right? Or a snake in the house. So my suggestion for the first thing is to really do a perimeter check. And you want to make sure you're especially checking around your garages and your kitchens and your utility rooms and under the sinks, because you want to look for where there's light really seeping in and there's little cracks of light maybe around your lining around the house or the silicone that you have around the windows. So around your doors, what have you. You want to make sure that these gaps or these cracks or these holes near pipes and electrical lines, that they're all siliconed or foamed or sealed in to really make sure that these pests can't come in areas that are most vulnerable. Next, I would say something that I, especially under my sink, is to really use a combination of silicone chalk and steel wool, or again, this expandable foam I was mentioning, to seal small openings. In my house in Joshua Tree, I had a bat hanging out. And so I had to seal with expandable foam where the hole was right at the peak of my A-frame to make sure that these bats weren't going to make a nest and have more of an issue. And so the thing about these kinds of materials, still wool under the sink to make sure rodents don't come in, or they're, drinking the water or whatever that's coming from your dishwasher, what have you. These materials really deter pests from entering while also maintaining the airflow and the insulation integrity that we need for our houses. Next, I would say to really start to think to winterize your outdoor faucets and your irrigation lines because even brief overnight freezes, and we all know temperatures can drop in the desert. I mean, here in Joshua Tree, I get snow. That's a real thing. So that can really wreak havoc when you have exposed pipes. So a few preventative steps now can really save you from costly water temps, can really save you from costly water damages in the future. The key is to wrap those hose bibs and spigots with foam faucet covers or insulated tape. The key here is to really prioritize shaded areas and high desert zones where temps drop more dramatically. We want to make sure that there aren't too many exposed pipes outside that can freeze over. We want to make sure we're also turning off and really drain the irrigation system as well if you're not in use, especially for the non-native plantings that you may have at the house. So the key is to remove any above ground timers or backflow devices and store them in a dry outdoor space. The next thing I would say that's a non-negotiable is to really test your smoke and your carbon monoxide detectors. So now that, we're getting into the warmer indoor months, I should say, the cooler months outside, but the warmer indoor months with fireplaces and candles and the heaters, we want to make sure that we're really prioritizing the safety of your house and think ahead to really prevent any silent hazards. So the key here is to test all your detectors by pressing that little button and waiting for the full alarm cycle. If you don't hear a loud, consistent sound, it's time to either replace the batteries, or if it's a super outdated system, you may want to completely replace the whole unit. I would also make sure that you're checking the manufacturing date that's printed on the back of each device. If it's more than 10 years old, I suggest you replace it with a newer model that meets the more current safety measures and the standards, and it may even include a sealed 10-year battery. Think ahead. Next, I would say refresh your entryways for the holiday season. In feng shui, your entry really sets the tone for your house. And so as more and more of our loved ones are coming in and we're having gatherings, that front entrance is really going to set the tone for your gathering, or for every delivery, or every doorstep moment. So little upgrades here and there can really make your home feel more festive and fresh, and that just, when you're walking into that front door, it just makes it more exciting to come home and that the holidays are here. So the key here is to really sweep away any fallen leaves, or if there's any dust or any cobwebs, and give your front doormat a wash or replace it with something new. Clean your porch lights. Something, I don't know about you, but I have solar lights, like the little sticks. Clean the top of those because they've been beaten up by the sun and the dust and all of that, to really help brighten the entrance for your guests and for the deliveries coming in, because we all know with online shopping, we just want to make our house feel a little more exciting. And a little fun tip, have something fun outside for your Amazon delivery guy or whatever. Maybe it's like a small bag of popcorn, or saying, you're working hard, thank you so much, or a bottle of water, what have you. But make your entryway just a little more fun. Another tip I would say with that too, if you don't want to sweep, something that I love to do is just use a leaf blower. And that's like the ultimate way for me to clear my patio. So I use the leaf blower, all the dust goes away, all the leaves, all the cobwebs, all the lint that can catch or drop from my lint vent that goes from my laundry room. Just sweep it all. It's just like an exhale. The patio is clean. I don't know about you, but that always feels great. The next thing I would say, just a little spice it up a bit, add some warmth and some style to really, again, make it seasonal. Add that wreath or that fresh welcome mat, or, just a small little potted cactus in a festive container. Touch up any chipped or polished door hardware that you may have for a quick curb appeal boost, and just check to see how your exterior paint is doing and really touch that up as well. The last piece I would say is to, again, if you haven't already, inspect your roof and the ventilation of your attic, because we all know that with the fall leaves, right, falling, and with the winds and the dust storms, it can really leave behind debris or cause damage that may go unnoticed. Sometimes we're not really paying attention to our roofs, but we need to make sure that a stick didn't come in, or a massive piece of palm tree and puncture a hole in the roof or whatever. You never know what happens, but you just want to make sure that there isn't any leaks or there isn't an airflow issue, because a little inspection now can really prevent larger problems in the winter. Something I would also suggest, if you haven't yet, while you're inspecting the roof, since so many of us have solar panels, wash your solar panels, like clean it off. You'll produce so much more energy when they're clean. And of course, rain can help it as well. But if you haven't had a lot of rain yet, or we haven't experienced that, just you can either hire someone, or I just like to get a hose and just rinse it off in that way. But the key is to really just scan your roof and see how the condition of it really looks. Are there missing tiles? Again, is there cracked flashing? Are there signs of animal activity? Is there a nest up there near these vents and your chimney? Pay close attention to where the roof valleys are located to make sure that there aren't leaves or that sand hasn't been collected. Again, with the roof or with the chimney, you want to make sure that there isn't a nest, so that when you put on the fireplace as it gets cooler, that you're not starting a fire. These are all things we need to really be mindful of. You want to check your attic insulation and ventilation to make sure, again, nothing is blocking that airflow through the ridge vents or the soffit. So good circulation is what keeps your attic dry and balanced and mold free throughout the colder months. And so the key here is just to really make sure that your home is slowly but surely getting ready for the winter months. And these tips can really help prepare your house. So add it in your calendar, maybe a weekend, just put on your favorite jams and just take care of the house, get it done. And if there are any other tips that you like to do in the month of November or in the autumn, I would even say, leave it in the comments below. I'm curious to hear what you do to take care of your house. And again, if you want a checklist of the home maintenance guide for not only November, but the whole year, visit the description below and download that. And I'm excited to share that with you. If you're looking to downsize or sell your house, also, and you're living in the Coachella Valley, Palm Springs area, Southern California area, feel free to reach out. I would love to help guide you home. There is also a link in the description for a 30-minute free consultation, no strings attached, just to talk a little bit more about the next chapter. Maybe you're downsizing, maybe you're upgrading, maybe you're just ready to invest. I'm here to help guide you home. And again, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for leaving a thumbs up. Share this with a friend, and I'll see you next time. Take care.